West of Goleta along the Gaviota coast we find Arroyo Hondo Preserve. Because the canyon is now protected from development and gets limited use, Arroyo Hondo is a watershed less impacted than those in the area, and we can find a diverse community of plants and wildlife as we journey up the canyon. And as we explore into the canyon, we find a creek, where water can be found flowing most of the year. Habitats on or near the edge of creeks, rivers, or other bodies of water are called riparian. And the riparian habitat at Arroyo Hondo is home to some unique plants. Including towering western sycamores, giant bay trees, and centuries-old coast live oaks. The clean, fresh water and riparian habitat attract a lot of wildlife. Let's use our eyes and ears to watch and listen closely for animals along the way. And as we walk up the trail, we see some deer browsing in the meadow ahead. We'll try to walk quietly to not disturb them. Keep an eye out for dusky-footed wood rats' nests that look like this. We can look for pollinators on the native plants. But don't forget to look up. Here at Arroyo Hondo, we can find red-tailed hawks, northern harriers, and peregrine falcons, and other raptors in the sky. We can also find a number of songbirds, like this ruby-crowned kinglet. Many animals here are nocturnal, and we may only see signs of them during the day. What animals do you think come out at night at Arroyo Hondo? And what signs could we look for? These are black bear tracks that were painted over so that visitors could see that a bear had been by. We can find other signs of animals in the form of scat. Who do you think made these? As we move along the trail, let's stop and listen again for a minute. What did you hear? Now we're going to continue up the trail to the creek and see if we can find some deeper water. We found a deep pool with some cool, clear water. Let's see what we can find. As we look into these deeper pools, we find some fish. The endangered southern steelhead trout. Steelhead, or rainbow trout, have very special habitat requirements to survive, so their presence here is a sign of a healthy and clean creek. Some may live their whole life here in the creek as rainbow trout, but the life cycle of the steelhead is unique. Some adults will swim to the ocean, adjusting to the salt water and maturing into steelhead before swimming back upstream to spawn and die. The construction of the Highway 101 over the creek made it difficult for steelhead to swim their way back upstream to their spawning grounds. You can hear the highway noise above as we approach the culvert that takes the creek underneath and out to the ocean. Here we can see the concrete fish ladder that was built to slow the water and create pools that enable the steelhead to swim back upstream to their spawning grounds. Construction of the fish passage and upstream habitat restoration were successful in allowing the steelhead to return to the creek. Let's go take a closer look at the steelhead habitat. Steelhead require cool, clean, moving water to transport food and oxygen. With riffles that aerate and provide oxygen for the water. They require overhanging vegetation for shade and shelter and for food that falls into the water. They need rocks and boulders for resting and hiding places. And they need gravel creek beds where they lay their eggs in nests called redds. The presence of steelhead trout indicate that Arroyo Hondo is indeed a healthy watershed. And by continuing to protect our creeks and riparian habitats, we can ensure the survival of the species. You can visit and explore Arroyo Hondo Preserve on your own. Come see what you might find.